Steve, episode 43 of the Broadway block. Big 6-2 win against the Canes to win the series. Now we got the back-to-back champs, the Bolts at MSG tonight. What are you looking forward to? What did you like in the Canes game? And what do you think is going to be the outcome of the series?
Rangers in 6. But if there's anything we've learned, it's 7, right?
We say 6 every time, and then it's 7.
Yeah, exactly. Home ice, man, to tack on what you just said, that's going to be massive. Now, if you go back in time to when the last time this happened, Eastern Conference Finals, Rangers Bolts, Game 5 loss, Game 7 loss on Garden Ice, gotta hate it. And I feel like it's going to be a bigger thing now. I feel like this team is a more resilient group. I would say this team is more offensively talented because it's not just Rick Nash out there. And I feel like this group has shown that, back against the wall, whatever. I would just hope we don't come out and have the 1-0 loss to start the series, be down 1-0. But it does seem like it inspires the group. So I do feel oddly more confident against the Bolts than I did against the Canes. I felt like there was so much chance in not only the Penguins series, to be fair, but the Canes series to get out ahead that we flubbed it. And I felt like we were just going to be kicking ourselves all off season by not capitalizing. I feel oddly more confident against Tampa where we could rally. And again, having those, maybe it's those four home games in pocket to feel kind of good about. And to answer your question about the Canes game, it's hard not to like every single second of it. Even the goals that they scored, I was too elated and busy thriving in the fact that we were up by 4 goals to really give a shit every single time they scored. And somebody had posted, one of the guys on Twitter had posted a video of Igor just making a beautiful save when we're up 2-0. There's certain things like that when I was so over the moon excited that it was easy to kind of forget about some things. But I don't think that the group forgets. I think that the group is going to, thrive having been in this we play every other day mentality since the start of the playoffs. And like you had mentioned last show that the Bolts have now been sitting for 9 games. So what exactly could you not be excited about, I guess? But what were your takeaways?
Well, during the offseason, when I saw the Canes sign Ronta and Anderson, I was like, Canes are really good, but that's like some middle ground mediocre goaltending. People have argued, Anderson was like great. Well, if he was so great, he would have stayed and taken over Campbell's position in Toronto. Obviously, Toronto let him walk. They couldn't match it. Either way, I was like, that's not going to do it in the playoffs. And we came up big. Igor was huge ever since that Pittsburgh series, being down 3-1. He's looked like a different goaltender. But that being said, I hear we're all over ESPN now that we made the Eastern Conference Finals. Everyone's spotlight's on us. Pressure's there. Everybody's ready to see how we do against Vasilevsky. The only thing good that we have coming in is, again, like we both said, 9 days off. Maybe Vasilevsky cooled off a little bit. He's not in game time ready. We will see. Hopefully we'll get out early, maybe get a power play and get going. What I liked about the Canes game was exactly what we said. Everybody showed up. Big boys showed up when we needed them. And I think that first power play where Adam Fox scored with the last 3 seconds, I was like, we got to do something. I was screaming at the TV, we got to do something here, because if they get this kill right off the bat, like that could be a momentum game changer right there. And that PNC Arena could erupt. And I was like, that Fox, as it was developing from Laffy, I was like, Fox, shoot. I saw the angle and it was great goal. And since then, we just put it down on the gas pedal and just like never looked back, which was great. Which I think against good teams, they are not used to being played like that. So again, I think we're going to have to come out and be chippy, physical against the Bolts, not intimidated that the back-to-back champs have won 10 straight series, like without, anybody really giving them too much of a hard time. So tonight we got to shoot on Vasilevsky and use the fact that they're on 9 days rest and we have the momentum, and everybody's got to show up again.
I'm sorry, but Barclay Goodrow won those cups. So there's that. I don't know, man. I think we out-muscle them, right? I don't know if we're more offensively powered or if we have a better goalie. That's sort of what the question is right now. but they say they play a similar game in that they want to catch you in transition, and they're fast. So and they can beat you. Now they don't have Braden Point for this series, so that's going to take away a lot of their,
Huge, huge.
you know that'd be massive if we were missing an equivalent player. So being down a Mika would be, I guess, the comparison, or something like that. So that's really going to prove for them. And, don't forget now the third line that has won them those cups. Blake Coleman, Yanni Gourde, and Barclay Goodrow all have new homes. So this is a different team. It's not as deep as it was. And I feel like we employ that strategy now of having all four lines buzzing. I still don't think that you can downplay the addition, or rather the re-addition to the lineup of Barclay Goodrow. I feel like last game was another example of why you need him
Came
in
up
your
huge
lineup.
on the penalty kill again.
There was every single, I want to say every shift that he was out there, you could highlight a thing where he did, where it was a poke check to keep the puck in deep, to make him come back 200 feet. If it was a little rub at the end of a play to keep that muscle on them, a face-off win, a chippy play to get the puck out, whatever it was, Barclay was all over the place. And the other thing is, now you can roll those lines without putting anybody in a position where they don't feel like they're in the right position. And you even saw a little bit of a switch happening with a little bit of Vetrano moving off of that top line. I still think he's fine. He's not, been scoring as much as when he first came onto the team. But what we have is the ability to roll four lines that all know their position. That fourth line was buzzing. That kid line was fantastic. And
That
even
Heedle goal again, another Heedle goal.
the Heedle goal was fantastic. But how about the backhanded chip from Lav to break up the play, put it through somebody's legs, and put it right on the tape of a breaking Heedle? I mean, that was one of those things that was so gorgeous that you pay more attention to the goal, but you have to give credence to what made it happen. And what made it happen to begin with was just getting a puck in deep and putting pressure on them and lighting a little fire under their butt to make a bad pass, which is exactly what happened. So, those are the things, because what you're looking for is this can be repeatable, So this isn't like some crazy breakaway where the guy just comes in and he dusts up a backup, because there's been a lot of people even doubting the credibility of the Canes. Don't forget, this team was favored to beat us. And the second we beat them, we've only beat AHL goaltenders and whatever. So love to hear the mental gymnastics that people do to discredit the Rangers. But here we are in the Final Four. And, it's one of those things that, yeah, if you just saw that breakaway, he just beats an AHL goalie, whatever. But that was a lot more than that, man. And I think that what we're seeing out of Lav is this guy can play 16 games, and how lucky we are to be in this experience, because you can't buy this experience.
You can't teach this development for the young guys, like playoff experience. Only person I'm looking forward to step up in the series is we need Kako.
That's the only. He's looking great, underneath the goal line, on the boards, puck possession, dusting people off. I feel like he's due for sure, and especially if he stays on that line, because those two are playing so well right now. The whole line is
got to elevate him.
It's bound to spread out, man. But I couldn't be more excited for the start of this series, and I just hope that we come out strong, like we know that we can. And what a proposition it would be to be underdogs again, always doubted, always counted out. You hear the announcers, everybody's taking their picks, and none of them are Rangers, so fine with me. And be great if we can come out, steal one of these games at home, maybe even two, and sort of change the narrative of this team, because I was watching that series last night with the Avalanche and the Oilers, and it is a
14 goals
to get out west.
14 goals.
I would make a bold prediction and say it's the East regardless, because I feel like defense is going to thwart that, but we shall see, man.
And some real goaltending out there.
That's the thing, I feel
obviously 14 goals against Mike Smith and Kemper is like one thing. But you think that would happen with Igor and Vasilevsky? I don't.
How about our offense stepping into that type of a situation? I mean, everybody's talking about the AHL goaltending that we're seeing over here, but I saw Francois.
Those are starters.
Yeah. Ridiculous. But I'll talk to you soon, buddy.
All right. Thanks, Steve.
Cheers, man.
Let's go Rangers.
Let's go Rangers.